Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ben from UnitedQ. It's Wednesday, which means we've got another awesome podcast to help get you over Hump Day. I'm here with my co-host, Dan.
Hey.
And we're brought to you by ProQ, BBQ Gourmet, and Smokewood Shack, our amazing sponsors. ProQ is dedicated to providing you with quality smoking products with top-notch service and free advice for beginners to pitmasters. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under ProQ Smokers. So if you're thinking about buying your first smoker or looking to upgrade or even pick up some epic accessories, check them out over at Max Barbecue. And BBQ Gourmet is devoted to promoting real barbecue and supplying the UK and Europe with top championship-winning barbecue rubs, sauces, marinades and accessories from around the United States and around the world. Well, you messed that up last time as well. You can find them on Twitter and online under BBQ Gourmet. Regardless of how you cook, whether it's on charcoal, wood, gas or electric, the real taste of summer can be yours all year round.
So the weekend, mate, you were checking out some awesome street food, weren't you?
Yeah, I was down at Fish Stock in Brixham.
Awesome.
It's a pretty good little event, actually, like music going on, a couple of stages. And then they've got some arts and crafts and all that jazz.
Oh, no. Here we go.
But also some really good street food. Had some lovely macaroni cheese.
Oh, did you notice the street food, did you? I thought you'd just be doing arts and crafts. That's what you normally do.
Yeah, I noticed the food big time.
It's funny that, actually, 'cause my mum rang me. She rang me and said there's a Fish Stock festival in Brixham. She was in Brixham as well.
Was she?
Yep. But my auntie, they're at the bottom of some hill and didn't want to walk back up a hill. So they didn't bother going. They were just ringing me to let me know in case I wanted to go and eat, because they know what I'm like. Yeah, so how was it?
Yeah, it was awesome. Local beers, local food. There's quite a few different street food little stands around the place. So.
And centered on fish, which is one of the most awesome ingredients in the world. And luckily enough, down here in the southwest, Devon and Cornwall, we have the most amazing array of seafood available.
Yeah, this event's like literally on Brixham Harbour. That's where they land all the fish. I think like the majority of our fish in the UK, I think, pretty much comes in through Brixham, doesn't it? It's famous for it.
Yeah, Brixham is absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, you go to sort of top restaurants all over the country, and you have Brixham this and Brixham that on the menu when it comes to fish. So yeah, it is a top name to adhere to when they're brought in through Brixham Harbour, I guess.
Yeah,
and that sort of leads us on to who's on today's show.
Yeah, so we've got Southwest street food extraordinaires, Inkies. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to have you on.
Thank you very much. Nice to be on. Haven't seen you for a while, so nice to have a catch up.
Yeah, we were just saying a minute ago, we need to get back down to see you guys. You're like the most local, awesome barbecue to us.
Oh, you're so kind.
The only local barbecue really to us, to be honest.
I was trying to big it up. That's not very nice, is it?
Oh, I meant that in the way that no one else is doing it. Well, I don't want to upset people, but that's what I meant. I didn't mean that you were the only people trying. I meant you're the only people doing.
Yeah. Got yourself out of it.
Succeeding.
Yeah.
Keep digging.
I don't know. It's awesome.
So,
cheers, guys.
Can you just introduce yourself for the listeners and tell us a bit about the background of Inkies?
Yeah, my proper name is Karen, but everyone calls me Inky. Obviously, I'm the owner of Inky Smokehouse Barbecue down in Cornwall. My love of barbecue started about 17 years ago when I first started smoking food. Started off with an old tin bucket and some fish I'd caught down the river. And then really sort of progressed on to doing sort of larger cuts of meat, on and off really, more sort of the home smoker. Really got back into it probably 4 years ago, when I moved in with Debbie to the pub and started sort of introducing sort of the smokehouse style meats, the American pit smoked barbecue, onto the menu there, and it went really well. So when we left the pub, 3 years ago now, time flies, we sort of undernard, what should we do? Restaurants were far too expensive with, the amount of rent they want and the amount of rates. It was just a no-goer, really. So we found a battered old horse box in somebody's yard, swapped it for a fridge, done it up, and went on the road. So yeah, I sort of seriously got into it sort of really the last sort of 3 or 4 years.
Can I just say that horse box is so awesome. I absolutely love it. It looks so wicked.
Considering she's older than I am, she does really well. And we made her quirky, and we made her rustic, and it's...
I think it's wicked. You've got like an offset in there that you use to mainly for effect and to keep the food sort of warm, I think. Is that right? Or am I way off?
Basically carries on the process, the cooking process. We pull it out of our ProQ GFCs at home, and then it goes straight into the offset.
Awesome.
In the trailer, where basically it just carries on the cooking process.
Cool.
I mean, the sort of level of barbecue we sort of serve to people is, 20 hours plus, really. And, my brisket doesn't have to slice because I'm not at a competition, so it doesn't matter if it's absolutely falling apart. People just love it.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. When you started off, you were running the pro, like the Excels, weren't you? When I first came down, I think were you cooking on Excels, I think?
What was that?
You're cooking on the like the ProQ Excel, like the is that right? When I first came down, I think you were, before you got a GFC?
Yes, yeah. We were cooking on the ProQ XLs.
Yeah.
To start with, and it got to the point where we had like 5 running constantly, and the amount of charcoal I was going through was just like crazy town, absolutely crazy town. And then Ian at ProQ, who I love, brought out the GFCs, and for us it's been a major game changer. They burn, a bag of charcoal lasts me 3 days quite easily. I can get loads in there, just so much better, much easier. Don't get me wrong, the XL's a great home smoker, and people that come down to us and sort of say, what do you recommend? I always recommend them, the ProQs, either for the Frontiers or the XLs. But from a commercial point of view, and wanting to do it traditionally over wood charcoal, I don't want to know about the gas, I don't want to know about the electric. The GFCs are they're just amazing.
So that's so awesome to hear. I mean, that was the point I was getting at initially, was that the XLs are so good in what they are, and actually from the home cook right up until you were using them to cater and putting out some amazing food. But you've stepped up the game and got one of the GFCs. They absolutely rock. We're seeing them sort of pop up more and more across the UK. So many more people are actually using the GFCs, which is awesome. One of the guys up in Manchester just opened a smokehouse. Has got one. Got loads of guys all over the country using them. John Gower's just got one.
We see them now. We've been to Grill Stock. There's an array of them. We went to the big meet the other day. There was some up there. It's just got around so quickly.
But they really should have done it, because they are an amazing bit of equipment. I mean, when I first used it, the first time I used it, I'd used their smaller version when we did the South Heat of the British Street Food Awards, and I borrowed one for the weekend, and that was awesome. But I've gone for the massive one, the biggest one they do, purely because I can get the capacity in it. And when I first lit it, I thought, oh God, is it going to stay at 225, 250, and will it stay there for hours on end? Because it's such a big area, you're trying to
It's
heat.
huge, isn't it? It's the GFC 4250?
Yeah, I can actually get in it. I can actually sit in there. It's amazing. And lit it, and I thought, well, I'll do some, ribs and chicken on. I had a feast night going on down at Goliath. Lit it, and I'm not joking, I got it up to 225, and it sat there all day. Didn't move. All day it sat there, and I was so impressed, because I thought I was really going to struggle to try and get the temp there. And it didn't. Got to the temp, and it stayed there all day long. It was incredible.
So that's awesome. That's what John Gower from Quiet Waters Farm, he had his delivered to him at Grill Stock. So Ty and Ian brought it up on the back of their trailer, brought it up with them, and delivered it to him there. Never used one, and he catered from it all weekend. So that was his, he just got thrown in at the deep end and was using it to cater all. And I was chatting to him through the weekend because I was just intrigued, because that impressed me anyway, that someone was willing to just go for it and just cater from something he never used, first of all. And by the end of the weekend, by the end of the first day, he was absolutely so chuffed with it. So it seems to be a thing that everyone's loving, which is awesome.
No, it's just amazing. It's like they've taken all the best bits from all the smokers that are made in the world and put it into one, and just made this amazingly awesome machine that just does it.
Awesome.
Great testimonial for
they
it.
are amazing.
When I was chatting to Ian, he was just, I mean, they've got like some super crazy scientist of airflow who designed it, and like it just, when you've got someone like that working on the project, I mean, that is fundamentally what all barbecues run on, is airflow. And when you've got someone like that designing the barbecue, it really, you know that it's going to be a top quality product. And from the testimonies I've had so far, it seems to be, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I can't fault them at all. I've not got a bad thing to say about it. I can't find anything.
Awesome. Well, when you mentioned that, okay, yeah, you wanted to take the dive and open a sort of, or you wanted to take catering a step further and have like a permanent location. Restaurants about out of price range. So what happened? You found a spot down in Glytha Falls, and you've opened down there. And how's things been for you since you opened?
We took the lease on back in March. March the 1st, we took over the lease. Massive risk. We didn't know how, it was going to go. Was it going to sink? Was it going to swim? We didn't have a clue. But I'm a great one for sticking my head above the parapet and seeing if it gets shot off. So
I mean, when I heard, I was like, really? Like, and then when I got there, it just all made sense. It was one of those that I don't know, when I first heard, when I think it was Ian that mentioned, and I thought, I really don't know if is that going to work, how's it going to work, and when I got there, like, it just all made sense, and I was like, yeah, it's wicked.
That's it. As I said, we weren't sure whether it was going to work or not, and it was a huge risk and a huge gamble because we're tied into the lease for 25 years, which is a hell of a long time. But no, we opened, and the support we've had has been absolutely incredible. I mean, we've been going, this is month 6 now, 6 months, and it's just flying, absolutely flying. We've got to the point now where we can't actually cater enough food out of the van. I mean, I can't. Our staples down there are basically our pulled pork and our brisket. We have them on day in, day out. But I haven't got the space to do ribs, do chicken, do my homemade hot links, do the short ribs, do something different. It's we have to stick with the staples, with the pulled pork and the brisket. I mean, we home cure our own bacon as well, which flies out. But as I said, we got to the point, especially the past 6-8 weeks, where obviously everyone's off to school and we've got lots of people down. We just couldn't cope with the volume going through the van. It was just insane. So we had a discussion and thought, well, we were thinking about putting a building on maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, when we'd got settled and got quite a good fan base down here. But it's just gone that crazy. We're now thinking, Jesus Christ, we need a building like yesterday. So we want to build a log cabin style of thing with the veranda, the old-fashioned rocking chairs, the old-fashioned barbecue shack. We don't want anything pretty or fancy or anything. We want people to come in with their muddy boots on, sit down, order a great big slab of brisket or a full rack of ribs, and just sit there and enjoy and make a mess. Barbecue's all about making a mess. I want people to come in and enjoy it. And obviously I want to try and fit into that as well, a barbecue pit, so I can pull stuff out of the smokers and then finish it on the pit. But I want people to be able to see the process. I want people to be able to understand how basically it's cooked. I want a bit of theatre in there. I don't want people just walking in, eating it and saying, oh God, that was awesome. I want people to be able to say, okay, well, she's done that, and that's what's got, that's what's got onto my plate. That's how it works. So I want that theatre in there as well. I mean, at the moment, our biggest problem is funding the actual building. So we've decided to go down the crowdfunder route.
Awesome.
I think we're going to try and launch it within the next couple of weeks. So if people do want to go on and pledge at the moment, it's not actually live. It will be live within the next couple of weeks. But we've got some great rewards on there. So whatever you pledge, you're going to get a fantastic reward for it. I think we've done, free tickets to the launch, like the opening party, free tickets to our feast nights, half a day smoking course with me, a full day smoking course for me. We'll come and cater for like 40 guests. There's loads of stuff on there, loads of
awesome
stuff, as a reward. You know, we've really gone all out on the rewards.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so
That's really cool.
We're really hoping people are, support us, so we can get the building up. You know, it means, we can open all year round as well. You know, it doesn't matter if it's raining or howling rain and blowing a hoolie, it makes no difference. And we've got a building there. People can come in, whatever the weather, and enjoy the barbecue.
Awesome. I love crowdfunder though. It's just like it's such an amazing way to fund business projects and stuff. Like I've so many things where I've just pledged a small amount of money on there, and when there's so many people out there that are happy to just pledge a small amount, it all adds up, doesn't it? So it's amazing the sort of things you can achieve using that system.
Yeah, it's crazy because when people put in £5, £10, and you think, oh, that's not really going to help. But when you actually look at the grand scheme of things and you watch these crowdfunders of people pledging £20, £10, and it all adds up, and people just it's amazing some of the projects that have been funded from it. Yeah. So how much is the build going to cost?
We've estimated we need to raise about 50,000. That's obviously for the building, the footings, kitchen, and fire pit. So it sounds a lot of money. But if you break it down, if 1,000 people pledge £50, it's there. You've got the money.
Yeah.
But it's just I'm just saying to people, please pledge. It's such an amazing place. Goliath is such an amazing place.
I mean, that's it for people that don't know. I mean, do you want to just explain like what Goliath is?
It's an ancient woodland and an old mining area. And I mean, I say mining. It's not a desolate area with a mine and an engine on the top or whatever, anything like that. Not like down west. It's an actual ancient woodland with the river that runs through it. And Goliath Falls itself is actually a area of the river where you've got really large boulders, and I think it falls something like 180 metres over 60 foot, something like that. So it's more of a rapid than an actual waterfall. But the place is just magical. It's absolutely
beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Stunning. And to be able to work down there every day is a miracle in its own right. It's just fantastic. But if we can get the building there, we can get the barbecue there. I think we'll be the only American pit smoke barbecue restaurant in Cornwall, I believe. I don't think there's anyone else out there actually, got a restaurant at this moment in time.
So no, that'd be wicked.
Listening, guys, please pledge.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Inkies at Goliath. It'll be live within the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. We'll if you tweet us, we'll get a tweet out as well and some posts out when it comes to live and show our support, because I mean I love it as it is, but if there was a proper place down there, proper restaurant, then I'd absolutely love it even more. So yeah, brilliant.
That's it, cool. And we're hoping to be licensed as well, so obviously we'll be doing beers and bourbon.
Yippee!
Which obviously goes hand in hand. Barbecue, beer and bourbon. It's the holy trinity, isn't it, really?
Is the horse box still going to feature in this?
I think so, yes. We're going to try and get her in there somewhere. Even if she's, we use her to serve ice cream out of everyone saying, oh, don't lose the van, don't lose the van. So I think we'll try and incorporate her in there somewhere. And we're also going to try and do a kiddies play area as well, so the parents can, put your kids in the little play area. We've just bought a chuck wagon, actually, almost a full-size one. A Western chuck wagon that we're going to have incorporated into the kids' play area as well, so they can play cowboys and Indians or whatever they choose.
Awesome. So with the menu-wise, are you going to be able to add new things to the menu, or are you going to stick to the same things you're doing now?
No, I think the menu will be more extensive. Obviously, I want to get the ribs on, I want to get the chicken on, I want to get the hot links on, but I also want to do more deep south cuisine as well, like the old New Orleans stuff, the Louisiana stuff, gumbos, grits, jambalayas, fried chicken and waffles, that sort of stuff. I mean, we do the American pancakes at the moment, which go down really well. I mean, we've got the oinking good, which is slices of our home cured bacon on freshly made American pancakes with maple syrup, and that goes out really well. So I think you get like, you know, the chicken and waffles on there, the gumbo on there, you know, plus all the, you know, the barbecue staples. I think it'll be great.
Awesome. I didn't know you did the pancakes as well. Me and my wife love
American
pancakes. We're always like looking on the hunt to find good places that do them. So we're definitely coming down for breakfast now.
Yeah, come down for breakfast, American pancakes.
Yeah. And stay for lunch, I'd advise it.
Yeah, breakfast, go for a walk, come back for lunch.
Yeah, even if it's not lunchtime, just have lunch whenever. Hour later, it'll do. I always go for the wood stack. That's probably my favourite because you get a bit of both. So you get to try the brisket and the pulled pork. So that's why I always go for it. Lush.
Yeah, that is a popular one.
Yeah,
it's a popular one. And when it comes out, I mean, it's a massive,
huge, absolutely
pile
huge.
of meat.
I've put a few,
and they look at it and go, "Oh my God, I'm not going to eat all that." And I'm like, "Yeah, you will. You'll be fine." Anyway, half hour later, it's gone. They're like, "Oh yeah, you know, you were right." You know, or they come back and they go, "No, you beat me. No, you beat me."
You know, I absolutely love it. I always open the bun up, have the brisket just to enjoy the brisket. Then I put it back together, and then have a pulled pork sort of brioche bun, and it's just like absolutely insane. It's like pouring out it's amazing. You get to, because then you get to really appreciate the brisket on its own, and then you get to put it back together and have the awesome pulled pork bap, and it's like
give yourself a little starter then, haven't you?
Yeah, it's the little starter and a main. Your sauces as well. You've got. I mean, your sauces are absolutely delicious as well. I mean, they're a fantastic thing. So you're going to be doing all your own range of sauces in the restaurant and everything, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, we'll carry on doing our homemade sauces as well. They'll be a big feature, as well as the meat. Obviously, we've got our epic barbecue, our smoky hot, and our Carolina vinegar, which are sort of our three main ones.
That was where me and Ben sort of first came across you. Was there? Yeah. It was Ben's first trip down to meet Ty and Ian down at ProQ, and Ty had some of your sauces, and he had passed them on to Ben to give them a go and try them out. And that was sort of our first time we'd come across, and
that's where I discovered the whole Inkies concept. Really, like Ty gave me them, took them home and tried them out, and the kids loved the epic barbecue. Like the epic barbecue just went so quickly, and then luckily they don't like hot stuff as much, so I got to have the smoky hot sauce myself, and then just used up the Carolina vinegar. I used it on doing some ribs, I think I did with that one. It was a couple of years ago. I tried it out now.
Yeah,
I must say it's my favourite. Carolina vinegar is the bomb. I love it. I love it in anything. The pulled pork, the brisket, even on the salad, fish, anything. Anything I can put it on, I'll put it on. I love it.
Yeah, I think I put it on pulled pork as well now. I remember now. Yeah, definitely. Can we buy those on your website?
You can buy them at selected delis throughout Cornwall.
Yeah.
But obviously, once we've got the building there, we'll be selling them as well as. I think we'll probably start selling our bacon and our sausages and bits and pieces like that, because everyone's going mental for the bacon.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, you're going to sell it? You're going to sell it?" And like, right, once we get the building, then I'll sell it. But until then, we slip our locals the odd bit here and there. But no, we'll probably properly go into it once we've actually got the building set up.
So what's the bacon then? Go into the details of the bacon for me.
It's dry cured, Cornish. It's middle white cross lop that we use. It's dry cured for 14 days, and then I pepper it, and that's it. That's all I do. It's pure and simple.
Yeah, not a smoked one.
No. Actually, it's the only thing I don't smoke, purely because I don't actually get time. I think I probably would if I got half a chance, but to be honest, we just run out of time so much that it's just another thing that I like to do things properly and 100% properly, and I don't think I'd be able to do it properly. So at the moment, I'm not smoking my bacon. It's just unsmoked, cured.
Okay, cool.
I want to just talk about you. You touched on it briefly. You won the heat of the South British street food competition.
Yes.
So can you talk us through that a little bit?
Well, it was a bit of a weird one, really, because we'd only been trading for I think 3 or 4 months when we actually got nominated to enter it. And Richard Johnson sort of emailed and said, look, would you like to compete in the South East of the British Street Food Awards? And we said, well, yeah, okay, well, we'll give it a go. And sort of got prepared for it. I'd obviously borrowed the new GSC for that weekend, so I had her down with me as well. And it was just a mental weekend. We had a queue basically constantly. The first day, I think, in the first 2.5 hours, I actually sold out. And I think I'd done something like 6 pork shoulders and 3 briskets, which was just crazy town. So I ended up running to the butcher. He actually, I got him to make me up some mince. I think I ended up coming home with like 10 kilos of mince. And I just stood there for like 3 hours and just made burgers and was just whacking them in the smoker, just so I had something to give people, because we just didn't have anything left. And they went down all right. But obviously you're constantly thinking, if I haven't got any food, people can't vote.
So I lost how it worked?
So I lost like 4 or 5 hours on the first day where I had nothing to give anyone.
Yeah.
It was just a nightmare. So the second day I went all out. The smokers were absolutely rammed with everything I could get in them. It went in. There was no room in the smokers at all. Second day was awesome. It didn't run out, which was great. And then the third day, we sort of heard that we were sort of in the top 5 at the beginning of the third day. And we were like, I said to Deb, if we're in the top 5, I said, I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy with that. We've only been going a few months. We've already been nominated for this. We're here. We're doing it. And the second day we had a queue all day. It was crazy, and people were getting to the front of the truck and saying, "Oh, what do you do?" We were like, "What do you mean? What do we do?" Well, they said the queue was that long. We thought it must be good, so we joined it. And I thought, you're queuing up for something you don't know what you're getting, which was really funny. That was quite a highlight of the weekend, to be honest, because I just found that highly amusing.
Disappointing if they're a vegetarian, I imagine.
Oh yeah, that's a complete bummer. That is. Got queued for 2 hours. Got there. What have you got? A bit of slaw.
Yeah.
Slaw in the back.
Yeah.
Maybe with jalapenos. Oh yeah. Oh, don't get me started on that. Jesus. Yeah, and the third day, then it was all announced in the afternoon. We actually jointly won it with Rasha.
Okay.
Guys, I think they've gone Bristol way now. They do basically everything to do with the pig.
I weirdly met them. I weirdly met them somewhere. Where were we? We were up in Birmingham, out of all places, and there was guys from, and they had it was established Falmouth whenever.
Oh, yeah,
and I went up there and I was like, "Are you guys from Falmouth?" And they were like, "No, we're here from Bristol or wherever it was." And but we were in Falmouth, and I was like, "Okay, don't worry then." But then basically I went on to just say about you guys, and that's why I came over and asked. And they were like, "Oh yeah, they knew you, and were competing in the competition with you and stuff." So yeah, I came across them weirdly.
Yeah, no, they're two really nice guys, and they've got the passion as well. They're really passionate about what they do. I haven't spoken to them for ages, actually, because obviously we've been off the scene now since March, so we don't get to sort of see everyone in the circle. We have got Lou Music Festival coming up at the end of the month, which is always a good one for us, so we'll be there for the 3 days. But we'll do the full array when we're up there. We'll be doing the brisket, the chicken, the pulled pork, the ribs, and I think we're just doing the slaw and maybe chicken wings. I'm not sure. We've done chicken wings last year, and they went down really well. So I'm sort of umming and ahhing whether to go chicken thighs or chicken wings.
Awesome.
I haven't made my mind up yet.
Well, what sort of style of chicken wings do you do? Just sticky ones,
I
or
make my own. Yeah, well, they can choose really. They can either have our barbecue sauce on there, or our hot sauce, or I do a butter hot sauce, which is just amazing. The
Awesome.
butter hot sauce is the bomb really with wings.
Is that a secret sauce, or is there a little
recipe
run-through recipe you could share?
This is the easiest sauce to make. You can buy it in the supermarket. Do you know the brand of hot sauce Tula?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's the... Where's it from? It's like is it Mexican?
It's a Louisiana hot sauce.
Yeah. I know what the bottle looks like, but I can't think where it's from.
Yeah, it's got a cool little wooden cap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I've got like 5 bottles of it.
Yeah, I've seen it at your house.
Sorry, not very good at names, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it's awesome stuff, though. So I use that, and you just melt some butter and add that in.
Awesome.
And I tell you, it's amazing on wings. Amazing.
There you go. Wicked. Well, Ben's just got one of the jerk pans, which are sort of new on the scene, that are going around a little bit, and he actually had the guy that owns the company come around his house on yesterday, and they had like a big jerk cook-off last night, which is awesome.
Yeah. Had some
that's cool.
Lovely jerk chicken wings. He brought a massive bucket load of them. I think he thought I was going to have loads of people around my house, but there wasn't, so we just had loads of chicken, and then I just ate some more for lunch today.
Pretty awkward because no one likes him, so he had no one there. But anyway, if he had met him first, he would have known not to bring so many wings, but...
he'll know next time.
Next time, he'll bring just 1 pack.
No, they're all gone. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone loves chicken.
Yeah. Oh, I love how simple that, like butter barbecue sauce. I guess you can just take like your favourite hot sauce, whatever it might be, and just melt some butter down into it. It's quite a nice, simple way of knocking up a sauce.
It is, and it's really, really good on chicken. It's just really good, really good. Highly recommend that. Give it a go. Need to do it tonight. Actually. Go home, buy some tuna, melt some butter down, and get some wings on the go.
I had a funny one with Lou Music Festival last year. I had a phone call. I'm a bit of a Red Hot Chili Peppers nut. Like, absolutely love the chilies. And I had a phone call. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are going to Lou Music Festival.
Are they?
And I was like, this is last year, and I was like, there's no way in a million years they're coming to Lou. No way. They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on and buy tickets right now. I went on, and it was the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you actually being serious? Like, come on.
Did you buy them?
The Red Hot Chili Pipers are awesome anyway. They're really cool. They were on like Britain's Got Talent about I don't know, ages ago, like years and years ago, but they were absolutely rock. They like just play like all like the coolest tunes on like bagpipes, and they're pretty wicked anyway. So I wasn't disappointed. I was just well, maybe I was a little bit disappointed, but not disappointed there. I'm digging myself a hole again. I did this at the start. Now I'm doing it again. They were really cool.
Did you actually go in there? No. Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Cool. So I wonder who's there this year then. Have to check out the lineup.
Yeah, awesome.
Ryan
I might actually.
Ferry.
Oh, cool.
Oh, is it?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know how cool that is. Sort of cool. Anyway, you guys are going to be there, so it's probably worth coming down for that alone. So I probably might end up driving down. It's only like an hour down the road for me, so some good food. I might end up going down. You were at the Brixham, when we chat about it briefly at the start, you were at the Brixham Fish Fest for the weekend. Fish stock.
Yeah. Yeah, I went down there and checked out some of the local produce and listened to some bands. They had some good, like, I can't remember what the guys are called now. Here we go. Put me on the spot. Singing all their sea shanties and stuff like that. It was quite funny.
Cool.
It's
awesome.
Good. Yeah, I liked it.
Wicked.
So with your brisket and the pulled pork and stuff, are you just cooking and then running out, or are you like cooking and keeping stuff warm to the next day and stuff like that? How's your process?
We cook to sell, so it's fresh barbecue every day. And when we first started doing it, we'd be running out by, once we're out, we're out. So now people have got the hang of that now, and now people come early, so they don't miss out. So everything we do is fresh.
You get like the breakfast queue like they get in America, just so they can try and get there in time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what was yesterday? Yesterday was Sunday, We opened at 10, and by 10:15, I'd done my first wood stack. Eat that in the morning. First thing for breakfast, wood stack. I was just like, no, man,
like
no, you can't do it. And they're just like, well, we got down here early because we know if we don't, you're going to sell out. So people are getting used to the fact. So we're doing it the American way, basically. The old barbecue shacks over there, they do a certain amount. When they're out, that's it. Door shut, we're finished, sort of thing. And we're the same with our smoked stuff. Once it's gone, it's gone. I mean, you're welcome to have our bacon or our pancakes, but, from pit smoke barbecue sort of style of stuff, once it's gone, it's gone.
Cool. With your pancakes, do you go for buttermilk pancakes, or what do you go
I have done buttermilk pancakes, but I just go for the standard American pancake.
Yeah.
And then you can have, you can do the oinking, which is the maple syrup and bacon, or you can do like banana and chocolate, strawberry and chocolate, cinnamon. There's blueberry and maple syrup.
Loads of them.
There's a few choices there.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kids love them. And the adults love the. To be honest, the adults love them as much as the kids. To be fair, you've got 6 stack of pancakes going out. It's like a mountain of loveliness.
And you also do the feast nights. I've been keen on coming down to, but I have to hold my hands up and say I actually haven't made it to one yet. And I've looked at you have them hung up on chalkboards. Every time I go down there, I'm like, oh, those sound awesome.
Yeah,
I always come back and I come back and tell everyone, I'm like, right, we've got to go down to this. We've got to go down to the feast night. Let's do it. And then I have to hold my hands up. Haven't managed to make it down to one yet. But
no, we haven't done many, to be honest, this summer because we had quite a lot of weddings.
Okay.
Booked in, so we've got over the weddings
down there or going.
No, weddings. I'd say the furthest one we've done this year was up in Brecon in Wales.
Wow.
But a lot in Devon. We've done a lot in Devon this year, especially North Devon. So how they get to hear about us, I don't know. But a lot of them were North Devon this year.
Don't think any
Cornwall.
Yeah, I don't think any word travels faster than good food.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be the fastest way word travels is amazing food. So that's probably why it's
definitely
got
word of mouth. Definitely word of mouth.
Well, I just thought,
good, but
you could always, I don't know how you do it, but setting up a marquee in the lot there for a wedding, you could do that down there. I mean, Gleather Falls, that wouldn't be a bad spot for a wedding.
No, it'd be stunning. Absolutely stunning. I mean, once we get the building on, if we get the building on, we'll do functions and things like that as well down there. So if people want a birthday party or a, wedding reception or just a good old hoedown, people can just book it and be done. But I'm not sure. We were thinking about doing another feast night at the end of September, but we're not sure about that one now. But we're definitely doing a Halloween night.
Oh, wicked.
Which is going to be awesome because I'm going to cook pumpkin pies. There'll be ribs and, loads of smoked stuff. It'll be banquet style, so it'll be, so much per ticket. It'll be banquet style, and I'll just keep pulling stuff out of the smokers. But it's going to be fancy dress. And I grow my own pumpkins. At the moment, I've got a pumpkin that's about 3 foot by 3 foot, and she's still got 2 months to grow. So I might do
one big pie.
Guess the weight of the pumpkin,
3 foot. It's massive.
It's massive, yeah. I can't get my arms around it.
No.
She's a big girl.
That's ridiculous.
But it'd be great because kids can come as well. It'll be a thing for kids, thing for adults.
I've just thought of an idea. The horse shed thing. What's it called? Horse box. That's what it's called. Because I know you're going to get the money because everyone's going to get on there and donate. Starting with us. When you've done that and you haven't got a use for the horse box, you could always put bunk beds in it, and then when I come down, I can drink all the bourbon that I want, and then just go into the horse box.
Out for the night.
Yeah. Leave the offset in there.
You need to get yourself a little camper van.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Camper van.
That's the way to do it.
Park in the car park.
That is the way to do it. Has Andy Williams popped in with his caravan? Has he popped in and slept? I need to get him. He has?
Yeah, Andy. I'm sure Andy came. Yeah, I'm sure we did.
can't imagine he won't have been. Everywhere there's good barbecue, he's been there.
Well, I started this, when we first sort of started, I'm starting to rack up the smoke now. I've kept it very, very mild now, but now I'm starting to sort of rack the smoke up into it. So now people are getting used to it being more heavily smoked than when we first started. So I didn't want to put, I didn't want to put people off. I wanted people to come and enjoy it. And I think, oh Christ, that tastes really smoky. But yeah, I've started racking up the old smoke now, so it's sort of even more smoky. It's good. People are loving it.
What wood do you use?
Usually I use a mixture of maple and cherry, but ProQ do a whiskey, a single malt whiskey barrel.
Yeah.
Oak barrel. And that is just amazing. I'm in love with that at the moment. So a lot of our stuff at the moment is being smoked with that and cherry.
Nice, yeah, we both really like that as well, don't we? When you open the bag, you can just smell the whiskey so strong in it.
It is, and it's like, with the, using the cherry and the maple and that, you walk past and you sort of sniff it, and it doesn't, because I've been doing it, I do it day in, day out, it doesn't grab you. Well, the first time I used that whiskey oak barrel, I walked past the smoker and got a whiff of it, and I was just like, oh my God, I've got to smell that. And I'm literally stood over the smoker just sniffing it. Yeah. Deb's come around the corner, she said, what are you doing? I was like, do you need to come and smell this? She was just like, no, I really don't want to smell that. I said, no, you really need to come over and sniff that. She just come over, and she was the same with them. Both stood over the smoker like, God, that smells so good.
I have to admit, I'm a weirdo like that as well. I'll be walking down the street, and if someone's like lit a proper log fire, if they're using like, I don't know, and you can like smell someone's just
identify what they're burning.
Like, deep breath, and Sarah's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh my God, it smells so good. And she's like, you're so weird. Okay, you'll understand one day.
You won't.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's like me. I mean, most women wear a nice perfume, don't they? All I wear is the essence of smoke. That's all I ever smell of is smoke. I never smell nice. I just always smell of smoke.
You should release it as a odor smoke or something.
Odorless smoke.
The problem is that I'd probably like just start. This is just good.
Not another one of your ideas.
I've got to try and think about how I'm going to say this. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll leave it there. Then.
We'll leave it there.
What sides do you serve down there? Because you do like a cornbread, I think I've seen on the menu before, and then slaws. What goes into the most perfect slaw, do you think, with a pulled pork?
I like, again, pure and simple, so I tend to use white cabbage, red cabbage, and just our Carolina vinegar.
Yeah.
I just find it's plain and simple, but it goes really well. You get that nice sweet and sour from the Carolina slaw, and then you get that nice sort of sweet smoky flavour from the pulled pork. Cornbread, Debs makes all the cornbread, which we tend to do on feast nights, along with our Boston beans as well. We used to put our rib tips in our Boston beans, but we had a lot of vegetarians complaining because they couldn't have the Boston beans, so we actually stopped putting the rib tips in. So it's just plain boring Boston beans now.
You should put them back in, then get just a tin of baked beans, and any time anyone turns up and they're like, oh, I'm a veggie, blah, 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 just pull out a tin of baked beans and go, here you go.
Yeah, I do. I really struggle. I really struggle with vegetarians because I can't wrap my head around it. I just don't understand why anyone would not want to eat meat. But I do cater for vegetarians, obviously. Once we get the building up and the restaurant sort of going, there'll be more options on the menu. I mean, at the moment, I think we do a pulled mushroom, chipotle pulled mushroom, which goes down really well with the veggies. But
cool.
Obviously, you can get your smoked squash and things like that on as well. But I just haven't got the room at the moment.
There's this cool video going around sort of the weekend. It was like it was Francis Mulman. He was catering for some event, and it was a chef's table event. So I saw some like chef's table stuff around, and he was catering, and there's three barbecue chefs there. And one of the cool things they were doing like a veggie roll. So they had let me think about this. They had some sort of leaf. So it started off with like a leaf, then they like it was basically a fatty they'd made out of like different veg and like stuffed it with like
more veg.
More veg and I don't know. I think it was like cheese in the end, so it wasn't
a great
vegan.
recipe that you've got.
And they like wrapped it up and like smoked it for hours, like 4 hours, 5 hours, and finished it on the grill, and it looked absolutely lush.
Yeah.
I was going to give it a go, but then I realised I'm not veggie, so I don't need to. I don't need to do that stuff.
You can't eat vegetables.
No, well, not just vegetables.
That was a brisket.
Yeah, exactly. I could do it as a side, yeah, and put some meat on it, but no point doing it. You might do it though, because you're a bit of a
I'm a bit jazzy sometimes.
You're a bit jazzy sometimes. Some jazzy members of the family are full veggie, so you have to have to do it sometimes.
I like the sound of the pulled mushroom though. That sounds good. I have to get the recipe off you for that.
Yeah, it's tasty, but mushrooms are quite meaty, aren't they?
Yeah.
In their own unique little way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always see like mushroom burgers and stuff on the veggie menus and stuff like that. So I suppose that is a great way of doing it.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's one thing I want to keep away from when we get the building. I don't want anything to do with burgers.
No.
Everyone's doing burgers, so I want to go away from burgers, and that's why I want to go sort of more, deep south soul food, New Orleans sort of style, along with the smoked stuff.
Yeah, I mean, burgers are just like so good on their own now. And, like, people have just taken burgers to like new heights and like really gone into it. Like the Beefy Boys, like their menu is a burger menu, and I think that really to tackle burgers properly nowadays, you need like a burger restaurant. It needs to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I rarely go somewhere now and order a burger off the menu if it's like a vast menu of everything and burgers are just there, because I just tend to be disappointed, really. If that's not being harsh, I don't mean to be harsh, but I always feel that like when you go to like a place that's like literally a burger joint that's just specialising in burgers,
what they do, isn't it?
It's what they do, and like they're just like a different league. Awesome.
Yeah.
You can
You're
really
going to get an
concentrate
awesome
on
burger, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know.
But you guys are still going to keep your hot links on there.
Yeah, we're going to keep our hot links going.
Did you make them yourself completely? Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm lucky our farmer stroke butcher's got obviously his cutting room and everything, so he's got all the equipment, so we go over there and poach it for like the day, make all our sausages up and then bring them back again. But they're proper, big Texan hot links. Nice bit of spice to them, nice bit of flavour. Actually, I haven't done any since I've been down there, to be honest, which is another reason, why I want to get the building on. Once we've got the building, you can stick so much more on the menu. There'd be so much more variety. It'll be awesome.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to
it.
it.
Excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
I'm excited just to come and eat.
Let's just get everyone pledging money. Everyone put the money down. Then we can get it built. Then we can all go down there and have a massive,
that'd be cool. Yeah. Get everyone, barbecue family,
down.
chip in. Barbecue family, let's all get on and start pledging some money.
That's it. As I said, hopefully it'll be up and running within the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
So yeah, watch this space.
Watch this space, people.
Cool.
Watch this space.
Could you just tell everyone where they can find you on social medias and website and all the rest of it?
Yeah, we've got our website, which is inkiesbbbq.com. We're on Twitter, which is at Inkies BBQ Joint, and then obviously Facebook, which is Inkies Smokehouse Barbecue. We are on Instagram as well, but I have no idea what that is. I imagine it's Inkies Smokehouse Barbecue. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at it, the Instagram thing. Can never figure out how it works, so I'm a bit lax on that one. I think that's all we're on, to be honest. But yeah, you can find us on there. If anyone's got any questions, if they're just starting out doing the smoking, or they've got any questions or they need some help, please feel free to message me anytime. I'll always reply and spread the barbecue love.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
On today's show. It's been really awesome.
It's been wicked
Lovely.
having you on.
Thanks for having us, guys.
No worries.
Been cool.
And we'll pop down and see you soon.
Yeah, no, definitely. You must pop in soon. Definitely.
We will.
I haven't seen you for ages.
Yeah. Cool. See you later.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Cheers.
See you soon.
Cheers,
Bye.
lovies.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We've recorded yet another awesome podcast to get you over hump day. As always, we're brought to you by ProQ, BBQ Gourmet and Smokewood Shack, our awesome sponsors. ProQ is dedicated to providing you with quality smoking products with top-notch service and free advice for beginners or pitmasters. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram under ProQ Smokers. So if you're thinking about buying your first smoker or looking to upgrade or even pick up some epic accessories, check them out over at Max Barbecue. And BBQ Gourmet is devoted to promoting real barbecue and supplying the UK and Europe with top championship winning rubs, sauces, marinades, accessories from the United States and around the world. You can find them on Twitter and online under BBQ Gourmet. So regardless of how you cook, whether it's on charcoal, wood, gas or electric, the real taste of summer can be yours all year round. And finally, Smokewood Shack deliver quality smoking wood every time. They provide the smoky goodness, you provide the talent. So if you're looking for smoking wood chunks, dust, chips, planks, then just head on over to smokewoodshack.com. You can find them on Twitter under Smokewood Shack. So, goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Ciao. See you later, guys.
Ciao. I'm the best barbecue cook.